So, Dr. Rifas, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Wait,
How are you?
Unmute everybody
Mm-hmm.
for a moment here.
Morning.
So, I've just unmuted everybody for now so that they can have a chat with you.
Yes,
so
sure.
Dr. Rifas, this is everybody from the weekend training. You met some of the people from the weekday batch, and so this is the other batch that we have to continue online.
Okay.
I was just telling them that every training I love to have an Ayurvedic doctor, someone who is an expert in the field, to come and provide some information about the topic, because it is a sister science of yoga. So, and I know that you have such a lot of knowledge, like even from the last experience, you had so much to share. So, welcome, and I'll leave it to you.
So everyone is at home, safe? Is everything going fine? Everyone healthy? Okay. It's like my kid is also. Okay, fine. Thumbs up. Okay. So hope all of you have heard about Ayurveda. All heard about Ayurveda, right? What Ayurveda is. Somebody might have even known about the drugs that are getting famous, the turmeric or ashwagandha, those kind of things. Most probably you must have even taken some of the Ayurvedic medicine, even though not knowing it is Ayurveda. So what journey I'm taking you is like to know about Ayurveda, how you can utilize it for yourself, how you can utilize it for your friends or your patients who's going to be. So we'll be going in that kind of a path. Okay, and I would like you to have a pen and a paper if you require. If you want to note down anything, it will be better. And in case if you feel anything like required for yourself, you can take the screenshots or save it in your phone so that you can use it for later purpose. Okay, so I'll start sharing the slide and we will go through it. And I'll give you gaps in between to ask me if you have any questions so that we can cover that and go further. Okay, that will be much more better. Diana, I would like to share the slide.
Yes, can you, and I'll also give you the unmute access.
Okay.
For now, this sharing, can you share or?
Yeah, I'm trying to share.
Yeah, just check.
Can you see the slides, guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So the view is good. So
yes.
What I'm trying to do is to give an idea of what all things you can implement in your life to make the days much more easier, to make the days much more creative. Actually, you must have seen a lot of videos in which the animals have started going out, the human beings have started getting in. So, which means more like the nature is trying to clean itself, the rivers are clean, the sky is clean, the pollution has gone down. The same way, you should take this as time for yourself to rejuvenate. So to rejuvenate means even the job level, whatever stressful level, and even the health level. So basically, what I'll be telling is what means healthy, what are things you should improve to be healthier, and what are things you have to implement these days so that you come out as a new person or a better person. Okay, so how to improve the health and wellness with Ayurveda. So we shall begin. So why we consider things as like holistic or Ayurveda or homeopathy? It is because we connect each and everything in the world. Even the atmosphere that you live in, the people around you, yourself, your health, your well-being. If you go for a modern approach, if you reach a cardiologist, he probably will not look about any gastrointestinal problem. So most of the cardiac problems actually happen because of gastrointestinal issues, especially even heart attack. It comes like a chronic outbreak because of the gastrointestinal issues. The same way, most of the diseases are interconnected, not just one system related. So, in order to get a better view and better approach, and to have a healing in the holistic level, you need to be consider everything as a whole, because health is not just one. We are as a whole. Only when whole system is working properly, we are told to be healthy. Okay. So only when these factors, your health, your healing, your harmony, the home itself, even, so this is the reason we consider everything as a whole. You should be connecting to the universe also as a whole, not like your brain is connected or your some activity is connected. Even in yoga, it means the connection or the unity with you and the universal energy. That's the meaning of yoga. So the same thing, whatever you're considering should not be considered as a bits and pieces. You should consider yourself like 100% and then get connected. This is what you have to build this time. Okay, so union of you within the universe. You are not away from universe, you are a part of universe. And this is the place that I work in here, the Holistic Healing Medical Center. Over here we do modern therapies also, and mostly we are connected to the classical therapies. Okay, and life we don't consider it like my life is different, your life is different. We are actually all together. So whatever life is there in this universe is like connecting for each other. No life is like lonely and not connected to anything. So everything is like a flow of energy, and that flow of energy is represented as life. Okay, so why Ayurveda? Ayurveda is the science of life. The word Ayu means life and Veda means science. So when these come together, it's called Ayurveda. And Ayurveda actually, you can say like 50% of its application is like just to be healthy. You don't need Ayurveda to treat people. It is like for 50 kind of people, 50% of the people, they just need to keep their balance. So this is the first part you see. Can you see my cursor? Cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the use of Ayurveda is to be healthy and to cure the disease. Okay. So 50% of the people, they don't need Ayurveda to cure themselves. Automatically they will be doing Ayurvedic techniques without knowing themselves that they are using Ayurvedic technique to balance themselves. So for them to be healthy and to maintain their health or to keep their harmony, they need Ayurveda. 50% of the people, they may require Ayurveda to restore their health. Like sometimes you might go out of balance. That's the time where a person need a doctor. Until you are in a healthy way and you can control your harmony, you don't need a doctor. Only when you reach a disease state, you need an Ayurveda doctor. So how to be healthy, how to restore your balance will be much more easier after you finish the session. Okay. So in Ayurveda, we consider 5 elements: the Pancha Mahabhuta, the space, the air, fire, earth, and water. So these 5 elements have equal importance in your body. The main substances in the body are coming under earth and water. All the metabolism comes under fire, and all movements comes under the air and space. So these 5 things is there in all elements, not only in your body, not only in other person's body, even in the all materials, in the food that you eat, in your, even example, you take your car, it has a lot of metal which is more like the earth. The oil part you can consider that water or fire. So each and every material that take, even if you take a fruit, for example, we say the oranges have more like fire in them, and the coconut has more like water and earth in them. So each product, each and everything in this world has this 5 elements in different proportions. Okay, and with respect to these proportions, we consider the 3 forms of life energy, which is called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These are the 3 main life energies. So whatever you hear about Ayurveda, there will be Vata, Pitta, and Kapha related, which means the 3 energies play a vital role in whatever you are, and what all things is aggravating, what all things is calming down, will balance through this Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, so this Vata 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 is more like the air and space. So the air and space combine to form Vata. The fire and water, predominantly the fire itself, is called Pitta, and Kapha is the formation of earth and water. So, and the Kapha, yeah. So these three are the main three doshas which are required in the body in optimum balance so that you stay healthy. Everyone has this Vata, Pitta, and Kapha as their predominantly like the disposition of the body, or like it changes over and over. And if your harmony is going away from your body, it means either your Vata, Pitta, or Kapha is getting higher. Okay, so typically there is like genetically each person has different amount of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in their body. So the three main dosha, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, so here is the lady again with more of Vata predominancy. So for everyone, there will be a different proportion of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha in their body. So for some person, it will be like 50% of Vata and the other two going like 20 and 30. For some people, it will be like 75% of Vata. So this is a lady with like, you can say 90% of Vata. So the characters will be like, she will be mostly lean, her digestive power will be very low, she can be constipated, she will be having a lot of dryness in the body, her skin will be dry, scalp will be dry. So the dryness will be more like a quality of Vata dosha. And she will not be able to tolerate much of cold. This is more like the Vata is high and their digestive power is very low, they cannot digest properly. It will be like just a candle flame of fire will be there. They cannot even take a heavy food. After they take a heavy food, they will go and become sick for 1 or 2 days. They cannot handle that kind of excess food for digestion. So always this kind of person, they will have excessive dryness, and like they will not be able to stay calm more. They'll be having a lot of energy and they just burst off very easily. So those kind of people, they have to take care about the constipation and dryness that can happen very easily. Okay, and the second kind of people, they are Pitta kind of people. They are having a lot of fire in their body, and this excessive fire will make them go stressed very easily. They always feel that they are not doing anything, they are not doing anything. It's more like a person who is an entrepreneur. So this Pitta kind of people are generally like entrepreneurs. They end up like entrepreneurs. They are always in a rush. They are always in a hurry. They are going to achieve something. They always want to achieve something. So that's the quality of these kind of people. And they'll be having a lot of heat in their body. Even other people, when other people doesn't want the AC, these kind of people, they need the AC. They cannot stand without AC. They cannot skip their lunch. You can see a furnace here, which means their digestive system is more like a furnace. Their body heat will be high, their digestive power will be high, the acidity factor in them will be very high. So always they feel acidity coming up, or they always feel the heat in their body. So these kind of people, when they control their Pitta, it will be much more easier to achieve a lot of things in their life. Like they are more like goal oriented. They can easily achieve that because they have the fire in them. But they have to take care that it doesn't go beyond a limit. So these kind of people, they can never skip the lunch also, because the sun is there, which is more like fire and the heat, and at the same time they are also having a lot of heat in their body. So if they don't put food in their body at that time, they will get into trouble. So these kind of people, they cannot even skip their lunch. Okay, then we go to the next one, Kapha dosha. So these kind of people you must have seen in your office. These kind of people are very calm. They don't have any stress, any anxiety. They will have, but still much more lesser. You will have seen some people in your office like they don't have any problem at all. Even they have a family life problem, they keep it their home and come to the office. Even if a lot of troubles are going on in their office, the boss is firing someone, they'll be very calm and gentle and do their things very slowly. They are actually lazy to even get stressed about. For them, the fire will be more like a stove here, which means most probably these guys, if you ask them if you are you coming for a lunch, even they have had a lunch, they will be still ready to come for a lunch. They have always the capacity to digest food, but like they always can digest food. Even they eat late also they can digest food. But the main thing is they should not be having heavy food or late night food at all, because they are already having a lot of kapha, which can end them in kapha related issues, which is like more cough, asthma kind of issues. For them, they also cannot handle like too much of cold, because they are already having a lot of quality of vada and earth here, water and earth here. So when there is a lot of quality of water and earth, they cannot have much of fire. Okay. So we'll go to the next slide. Hope the vada, pitta and kapha is clear. I will come back to you so that you can understand more about it. And Ayurveda is more about balancing these three dosha. If you feel like your vada is high, you should try to balance it. So over here you can see the vada is high. So when the vada is high, what you have to do is you have to decrease your vada. Or if your pitta is low, you have to increase your pitta, so that you are in equilibrium. That's the main idea of what is Ayurveda. If you are in balance with these three dosha, you will be absolutely fine. You can do whatever you want. Okay? But if you are feeling any imbalance, imbalance means even slight imbalance. If you start to feel acidity, it's a very slight pitta imbalance. Okay? So what is the ideology? The ideology is not to accumulate. So I have put 3 glasses over here. The first one is a normal one. You don't have any problem with this first kind of glass, in which you are balanced. Second kind of glass you can see is filling up. So when you have a vada kind of disorder, or vada getting accumulation with your food and diet, slowly it will start to flow up in the last stage. This is the stage where you start to express the disease out. So for example, pitta kind of person having a lot of fire, he started doing more pitta related food. He started to accumulate, and he started to overflow his pitta dosha. At this point, the disease start to express out, and there will be problem coming out. You have to go to the doctor and all. So at this time, if you are able to still decrease the dosha or detox your body to this low normal level, you will be fine to go with. So the main ideology is to bring your dosha from this high level to the lower level. Once you are able to do that, you will be absolutely fine to go. Okay. So this is an example of kapha kind of person. Kapha kind of person are usually like very well built or excessively built. Okay. So you can see they are heavy, they are slow, they are steady, they are solid, cold, soft, oily. So these are the characters of a kapha kind of person. They'll be very well built and very heavy. So I'm giving an example of how the accumulation goes higher. So for example, this kapha kind of person who is heavy is going for a late night dinner after 8, okay, and they are having a heavy meal which has a lot of oil or most of the sweetness, so which is again kapha increasing, and finally they are having a iced drink which is again cold, and if it is done in a winter time. So if a person is doing all these in a winter time, which means they are accumulating the dosha. They were in this stage, in just one day they flew up to the overflow stage. So when they reach this stage, of course at night or the next day they will be having cold problems or runny nose or even asthma with the very next day. So what he has to do is not to eat late night. So that's how you balance your dosha. Okay. So when you are in balance, you are told to be in harmony and healthy way. Okay. This is how you should take care of all your health. Over here in Ayurveda, these are the life indicators or the indicators of health. Samadosha, Samagni, Samadado, Malakriya, Prasannatmandriyana Mana, Swasthatiti. Which means if you are healthy, these are the things that you can see in your body. If you don't see any of these in your body, you are not told to be healthy. Okay? Samadosha, the first one, the dosha that I told, the Vada, Pitta and Kapha, they should be in the normal level. Samadosha. Sama Agni means your digestive fire should be proper. You should feel appetite after food. Some people does not feel appetite at all. They don't feel like eating at all. So that's also not a sign of healthiness. The sign of healthiness is when you eat and just after 2 hours you feel that the stomach has emptied, and within 4 hours you start to feel the hunger again, or you feel that your stomach is empty and you need to eat something, or you feel a little of hunger, not the craving, the hunger part. Okay. And third one, samadhatu. Dhatu means all the tissues formation. In your body, all the tissues should be well formed. Even if it's the blood, even if it's the muscle, even if the skin, all tissues must be well formed. Like if a person is having anemia, it's not a healthy condition. And malakriya. Malakriya means there are 3 kind of mala, or 3 kind of waste product in the body. The urine, the stool, feces, and the sweat. The person who is healthy, he should be having proper bowel movement, he should urinate properly, and he should be sweating properly. If these 3 are not happening, you are not told to be healthy. If there is constipation, or if there is lack of sweating means you are not releasing your toxin out. So you should probably do something to sweat yourself out. Then the next line, prasannatmandriyana mana. Prasannata means is a kind of pleasure. Your atma means your soul, your mind, and your 5 indriyas. 5 indriyas means 5 sense organs should be happy, or they should be in a state of pleasure. So you should not be having any trouble with your eye, or hearing, ringing nose, ringing ear. So you cannot smell properly. So this kind of situation should not be there. Your 5 sense organs should be working absolutely fine, and they should be in a state of pleasure. So then you are told to be healthy. And the last one is your mana, and the mana is again the mind and your mind function. So they also should be healthy. When all these are fine and you are able to handle yourself, you are told to be a healthy person. If you have any problem related to these, you should take into consideration and check which kind of dosha it is. Is it vata higher, or pitta higher, or kapha higher, and try to balance it. Okay. So when you are in a balance, you will be in a state of ease. Things will go very easily. Everything will be fine. But if you are in a state of disease, everything will be absolutely a disaster. Okay. So do you have any questions related to vata, pitta, and kapha until now? How to balance your body? Anybody?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the effect of alcohol on the doshas? Does it just like accumulate a specific type of dosha, or like throw them all off, or like what?
Okay, got it. So the main thing to understand is each and every kind of accumulation, each and every kind of problems formed is due to the food and lifestyle, because there are the external factors that can happen to you. So people who are more like pitta means the fire. People who have a lot of fire in their body, they should not be going for alcohol much, because the alcohol is again something more like having more pitta in them. So when a pitta kind of person has a lot of alcohol, it can end up with a lot of problem, especially for the liver and the stomach flora. So that should be within a limit. Like they can go for wine, but not more like heavy ones. So that's why you should consider even what kind of alcohol you should be having with respect to your dosha. So I think who asked the question?
Yeah, excuse me, doctor.
Yeah.
For the well-formed tissues, if anybody has any kind of diseases, then it's not healthy, right?
Yeah.
Any
So,
kind of disease?
so according to Ayurveda, not only disease, even the nourishment part. If you are not getting proper nourishment, like we say the hair in the body is an output of, or like the waste product coming from the bone formation. So the hair in your body is a byproduct caused by the formation of bone. So if a person is not having proper hair in their body, which means their bone is not healthy. Only when bone is healthy, there will be a byproduct called the hair. So that's the tissue formation. So it starts from like the first stage is the rasa. Rasa means you digest a food and you get the nutrient out of it. That's the first stage. So when you are not putting in proper food, the first stage will not be found. The second stage of formation is the blood. So if you put proper nourishment in the body, you get proper blood. And when you get proper blood, the next stage is the muscle, and that will be well formed. So each and every stage of tissue formation should be proper. And the ultimate one is the ojas, which is called the immunity. So only when you have all the tissues formed well, the ojas will be formed or the immunity will be formed. So you have to take care, you take proper food so that the final result is there. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thanks, doctor.
Anything more? More related to Vata, Pitta, Kapha. You understood that there is three, right? And you must have... Yeah, please.
How do we know which type is okay, so you say everybody should have all of it, all the elements balanced, but how do I know that I might have, for example, I don't know, Vata more than other
Okay.
two, or something like that?
So I showed you picture which is typically Vata kind of person, typical Pitta kind of person, and typical Kapha kind of person. So some people must have understood, yes, I am more towards this one. If you more feel like I am all three of them, then you are like Samadosha. You are almost balanced. If you are having one higher, like the Vata higher, then you should bring your other two so that you are in balance. So the pictures that I showed are typical way. If you
So
feel...
is there a way to, like, for example, have a blood test and then
No.
know it?
I do it by Nadi Pariksha or the pulse diagnosis. I ask question to the patient, they can understand, I can understand. And for some people, it will take a little while to understand because they will be away from the typical qualities. So people who are in the typical quality, easy to understand. Some people, it will be like 50%, 40, 10. It will be easy to understand. For some people, it will be like 30, 30, 40. So it's almost close, these three dosha. So it will be a little difficult to understand. I think the person who is asking the question is more like a balanced state. Okay?
Oh,
That's why you still have that confusion. No problem. You are in a balanced state. Just keep the balance.
okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a question, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Ma.
just want to what Chandeline asked. You were about to explain the different kind of wine to drink according to the different kind of form of energy. Would you like to elaborate on that, please?
It depends on the alcohol content of the alcohol content that like the amount of alcohol that it has. Like people who have more pitta or excessive fire in their body or acidity and all, they should not even take wine. In case they need to take, they should go for the wine or champagne or something like that. Anything heavy should not be taken by excessive pitta kind of person. And other two, Vata kind of person, it's always like have a sip so that the food that you eat is digested in the next stage. Kapha kind of person, it doesn't matter. You don't need to take also. Okay, it's more like the Pitta kind of person itself. Vata kind of person, have a shot after each meal, it will be better, easy to digest. Once the digestive fire is up, things will be much more better. Okay, and Hiba, what would you have to ask? Yeah.
For example, a mix of Vata and Pitta, like a mix of the two together, or no?
Yeah, everyone is a mix of three dosha, which will be just different proportion. Which is predominant, we'll take into consideration during consultation also. Okay, so your duty is to understand what is higher in you and balance. My duty is to understand what kind of disease you have and make it understand. I can tell you, like I said about a general character. What I as a doctor look about is if you are having fever, some people will have fever with lot of joint pain. Some people will have fever with very high temperature. Some people will have fever with edema. So for me, these three fevers are different. If you go to a modern doctor, everyone should be taking paracetamol. So for me, if a person is having pain related fever, it will be Vata kind of disease. If a person is having more heat in their body, it's the Pitta kind of fever. So the medicine will be different. If there is edema, the fever is different. So that's how the Vata, Pitta and Kapha comes into consideration during the consultation and treatment. Okay. So we will go to the next stage. Do you feel that?
Can I just ask
Yeah, please.
a question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was wondering if a person has equal vata and pitta in their body, so one is saying don't have hot foods, and one is saying don't have cold foods. So what do they have? Like, do they have equal amounts, or like how does that work?
Okay, I will come into that during. I will explain you what kind of breakfast you should be taking. I will tell you during that time. Okay, so in a nutshell, it's like coffee is more like a stimulant. So Pitta kind of people are actually behind the coffee. Mostly people who are behind the coffee is Pitta kind of person. These people who are more like the fire. Okay, actually they don't need that coffee to be stimulated because they're already having that fire in them. So if a person should be having coffee, you can say Vata kind of person can have a little of coffee. And the Kapha kind of person who is lazy, they can have coffee to stimulate them. But actually the Pitta kind of people, when they take coffee, again they are adding up their fire because the coffee itself is a stimulant. So better the Pitta kind of people avoid coffee, especially during the lunchtime, because that's what mostly people do in Dubai. People who have a lot of Pitta, they tend to go for coffee during the lunchtime, skipping their meal.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So that's something that you should not be doing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I will go to the next stage. So whatever disease happening in the body is coming from your mind. The outbreak from your mind, from yourself within, is the reason that you build up a disease in your body. Okay? So this is what this quote. Our mind creates our thought. So if you have a pure mind, there is no problem. But if something is happening in the office or the boss is giving you a hard time, your mind start to create different thought. And that thought will start to affect your emotion. And that emotion will start to affect your energy. And finally, ultimately, your body will be suffering. So you can see the slide here, the same thing which I told, the wrong mindset or somebody bringing you a wrong mindset, which will cause an incorrect interaction with the world or causing some problem, and that causes a homeostatic disbalance. So this is the 4 stage you should consider, the 1, 2, 3 and 4th stage. So the level of information and the level of energy. So mostly you can easily cure any people in this state. This is what you should take as your responsibility. So when a person is having wrong mindset and there is a state of imbalance happening, the final 2 stage, the stage of disease and terminal stage, is for me, which means the disease has gone into a accumulation stage. Once it's in this 4th stage, you can treat yourself, you can advise your students, or you can advise like if you are going to be an influencer, or like if you are going to support someone with health, with yoga and all, you can treat that person easily when they are in these 4th stage, when there is a small imbalance happening, there is no symptom of much of disease, or they are not into the terminal stage. If it is the stage of 5 and 6, it's me who should be treating. Until then, you can have your opportunity. You can find that in each and every person there is an imbalance happening. You tell them, guide them, this is the lifestyle you have to do, this is the food you have to change, so that you should be in balance now. Okay? So whatever disease are there, it comes from the mind. And when there is a state of limbic resonance, it is much more easy to heal. That's why in the first 4 stage, it is very easy to heal. Okay? So you should be having a state of limbic resonance, which means your level of dopamine, serotonin and oxytocin should be in a normal level. They will go higher in different areas, like when you have pain, when you have pleasure, the oxytocin level goes up, high and down. But it should be in a overall balance throughout the day. So if you're having a hard day, which means the oxytocin level will be going as low as it can be. But if you're keeping that level throughout the day, your body will suffer. So each and every day you should have a bit of each and every emotion, so that this limbic resonance goes high and low. When you are having a good limbic resonance, it's very easy to heal anybody. When there is a limbic resonance, it's much easy to heal. On the other side, if there is limbic dissonance, it's very difficult to heal. Like if a person is taking inside themselves a lot of guilt, fear and grief, they cannot heal themselves. But instead they are practicing a lot of joy, peace and compassion in their body, that the body will be much more easy to heal. Okay, so that's one main thing everyone has to consider. Then how we work, or how you should be working. The main thing is to detox your body. The first thing that you should be doing now also is to detox your body. Whatever toxin that you have accumulated, you have to release them. Otherwise, it will stay in your body, it will block your channels and it cause problems. So whatever problems you have to detox them. And you should find a perfect harmony with your Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Then once you have that, you can easily develop your health. Then is the stage of, you can say, the moksha, the understanding. You will be in a different level, opening your awareness and you're growing your consciousness. So first start with your body and end up in a spiritual way. This you can take it as a goal for this lockdown time. Okay. Our methods of detection is more like the energy scan, which means you can understand your chakras, the annual screening, how your health level is. We use also the method like, the video capsule endoscopy, in which we trace the whole gut from the mouth to the anal canal if you have any problems or not. So these are the techniques that we use to detect the problem related to energy. And this is a Nadi Pariksha, the one I told, the pulse diagnosis. So with this also you can understand what kind of accumulation you have. It is not like what kind of predominancy you have, but current state, what accumulation you have. So if the fever is caused by Pitta or Kapha or Vata, we can understand easily from here. We can even understand if there is hemorrhoids or related issues, any health issues in the body, it can be easily understood. Any imbalance can be easily understood through the Nadi Pariksha or the pulse diagnosis. And the treatments, Abhyanga, which means the full body oil therapy in Ayurveda, which is more like improving the circulation, improving the texture of the body, improving the overall health. If there's any joint pain, Abhyanga will help. Then we have Udvartana. Udvartana is more like body massage with powder, which can help to decrease the excess fat in the body. Also, it helps in metabolic development. If there's any problem with metabolism, it will help it. Okay, then the Shirodhara. Shirodhara is for the treatment for the stress, actually, for brain related functions, for the stress related functions and all. Then we have Griva Vasti, or the bundle therapy, in which we use for treatment for joint pain, spine related issues, the knee pain, those kind of issues. We'll be using the Vasti therapy. Then we have oil enema, colon hydrotherapy. I think the slide came over. This was not the slide that I wanted to discuss now. Sorry. Okay, this is what I left in between. Sorry. So the holistic lifestyle, or lifestyle according to Ayurveda, it's called Dinacharya, the holistic lifestyle through Ayurveda. So Ayurveda actually tells about waking up in the early morning like a bird-like activity. You should be waking up before the sunrise and you should welcome the sun. So when you wake up, have a stretch. So stretching is a good thing to do. Like any animal that wakes up from sleep, first thing that they do is stretching. You must have seen cats stretching, dogs stretching a lot. So when you stretch, there will be a lot of hormones coming up. They will flush up, the endorphin rush will be there, and it will start to bring up things up. So once you are like growing, you forget about this stretching part. It's always better to stretch once you are awake. Okay, so after you have stretched, you go clean yourself, brush yourself, whatever things you have to clean out from your body, do the basic cleaning. And after you do the basic cleaning, there's a rejuvenation therapy. We can either do oil pulling or gargling or nastyam. Nastyam means installation of oil into the nostril, or the eye drops. So each day you can practice different one. So each day you will help different organ or the sense organ to rejuvenate, doing different things. So after you brush, you clean yourself up, do the oil pulling or the gargling or the nastyam or eye drops, and then go out and welcome the sun with a Surya Namaskara. Either Surya Namaskara or any other type of yoga, and welcome the sun. So when the sun is rising, you will be absolutely ready for the day. And after you do the Surya Namaskara or yoga or meditation, you should be doing the massage for yourself. Just apply a little of oil all over the body and have a gentle massage for yourself at least once a week. So it will help the circulation to be better, and overall the movement in the body also will be much more better. It's not only circulation, you should also help the lymph to move around. So that's why you should practice the massage. And after that, take a shower in warm water. But for your head, you should be using only normal water or a little of cold one. So usually for your body, it's better to use the warm water, which will help with circulation again. But for the head and for the eye, you should never use warm water. Okay? And the next stage, the breakfast. This is something that nobody should avoid. So over here, with respect to the dosha, I have put what will be much more better to them. So Vata kind of people, they are more like dry and their digestive power is a little low. So for them, I recommend usually going for a lemon ginger water before 30 minutes before the food. Everyone can take it, but they should not be having any acidity. Some patients, when we recommend having lemon ginger water the first thing in the morning, they skip their breakfast and take this one, lemon ginger water. That's absolutely wrong. When you are having lemon ginger water, you are activating the digestive system. So once your digestive system is active, what you have to do is you have to put some food to digest. If you do the lemon ginger water and skip the breakfast, it will be a complete disaster. Okay? So Vata kind of person, they should be having rich food, easily digestible, and it should not stay in their stomach for longer. It will cause a problem. So these kind of people, the Pitta kind of people, they will be always having the fire in them. So they should be surely having the breakfast. They should not skip their breakfast because their fire starts to work in the morning itself. Kapha kind of person, they can skip the breakfast. Usually for no one it is recommended to skip the breakfast, but still Kapha kind of people, they can skip it or have very small light breakfast. That's it. Okay, then the lunch. Lunch should be taken when the sun is in the top. So which means if you are able to do it at 12 to 1, it's much more better. Because for Vata kind of person, it will be easy to digest when the sun is there. Okay? When the sun is there, it is easy to digest. So have a proper meal during the lunchtime. In fact, the best meal of the day should be the lunch. Okay? So when the sun is there in the top, Pitta kind of people, they have the fire in them, they have to digest something. So you must eat lunch. Pitta kind of people, never to skip the lunch. For Vata kind of people, they can have a short nap after lunch. Like a couple of hours after the lunch, they can have a short nap so that they can come back with the total energy, high energy, which can keep them up. And the Kapha kind of people, they should not having a nap at all during the daytime. Okay? Then dinner. Dinner should be completed before 7 because our body actually requires the sun should be there, sun to digest the food. In case if you are eating the food late, it will not digest properly. So every food should be done before the 7. No snacking also, better not after the 7. So this is the lifestyle that you can take in to detox naturally. Just changing your food habit you can start to detox yourself. Okay, and you should not be going to bed before digesting the food. So if you are having a dinner at 7, it will take like 2-3 hours to digest. You can just walk around, move around, and once the food is digested, you can go and sleep. And for Vata kind of people especially, it will be better to sip in like lukewarm water or a little water with a little of lemon and ginger. You don't need to squeeze it, just slice it and have it. Okay. Then the main thing, the sleep. At 10 o'clock, you should be going to bed. I know nowadays everyone is interrupted, sleep is interrupted, but still try to go to the bed early, because we say that the your life start at 10. So at 10 o'clock, if you go to bed, things will be much more easier the next day. If you go to bed late, things will be very bad. So if you don't feel sleepy, do one thing: massage your feet or massage your ear, or try like alternative nostril breathing, which can help you go to sleep. Okay. Then why you should be taking the food in right time? This is the main reason, because your food will not digest in different part of the day. So each period of the day, your fire is high, sometimes your vata is high, sometimes your pitta is high, sometimes the energy towards the stomach is high. So each time consideration should be given when you take the food. So if you take the food in the same way as I told, easy to digest way, your sense will be sharpened. There will be more clarity in your mind. You will feel less heaviness. You will be in a balanced state. It will prevent any disease from coming. And if you have any disease also, it will be much more easier to treat any disease if you follow this routine. So that's the main reason why you should consider a proper lifestyle. So it's not only diet, but also the lifestyle which is required to keep the disease, keep the dosha in balance. Okay. So whatever dosha is coming up in your body, you should try to understand and keep them in balance so that you are healthy. So our ideology is bringing you from a state of medication to meditation. You should not be requiring any medicine to support. Even I am against supplements. Whatever food you eat should provide you the nutrients that you want. There should not be like any dependency on supplement even. Even there are a lot of Ayurvedic supplements now in the market. Ashwagandha, Moringa. So even I am against that, because people are taking we usually give it as a medicine, but people are taking it every day, which is like harming their body. So for each one, there is different method to have. They should give a break so that when you get a disease, it should come into consideration. The medicine should function for you. Okay, I'll give you a list of some herbs that can be helpful for you. You can take picture and keep it with you, because I am having a time limitation. So you can take the picture if you want. So this is tulsi. It is you can get it from the herbal garden also, anywhere you can find. If you have any disease like fever, running nose, whatever it is, first thing, grow this in your garden. Take some leaf, crush it, take the nectar or take the juice out of it and have it like 3 to 4 times. This is the best medicine that you can have before having the paracetamol. Before taking the paracetamol, go for this one. You will be absolutely fine. Okay. Then we have the Kumari aloe vera, which is good for the hair, skin and all. You might be knowing that also. I think you don't need any explanation for aloe vera. And the pudina. Pudina means it is peppermint. It is good for digestion. Like for people who are like vata and all, in case they don't digest properly after the food, it's better to have a little of pudina juice, or like they can crush a little of pudina and have it with the food so that it digests properly. Okay, so the pudina or the peppermint. Then the neem, it is the best thing to use now also. Some people use Dettol in their water for the shower, but instead of that you can take the neem for any kind of skin disease. It's a very good disinfectant, antibacterial property. So even you can say that it can be used as a disinfectant in this time, the time of corona also you can use. You can make bowls out of it to eat also, to keep your immunity higher. Okay, then there's hibiscus, which you know, it helps with hair fall. You can make oil out of it, hibiscus, and it can help you with improving the hair, also the menstrual function. Then we have methi or the fenugreek. It's usually for females who have menstrual pain. Females who have pain during menstruation, it will be better. You can just boil the fenugreek and have it during those times. It can help you with the pain, ease out the pain. Then the ginger. Everybody will be knowing about the ginger. Everyone has the knowledge that it support with the digestion. I even give it for patients who are having diarrhea. If there is any person having diarrhea due to food poisoning, just have squeeze the dinner and have 1 teaspoon of ginger juice, and it can help you going easy. Then turmeric, it's called the golden spice. Everybody will be knowing about the turmeric, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and it's always better to keep a little of turmeric in your daily life. You can make it, mix it with water and make it a small bowl and keep it in your kitchen, so that every day you can have 1 or 2 bowls of it. Okay, small bowl. Then there is ashwagandha, which is now famous for as an energy medicine. People use it for increasing their energy. Some people who go for the keto diet, they mix it with ghee and take. I don't recommend that. For once in a while, if you feel low in energy or you feel stressed, take it for 1 month, then stop it. Then again, next month you can take. So that's how you can use ashwagandha and brahmi the same way. Brahmi is good for your memory, and it helps with your concentration and all, and reduce the anxiety level. So this can be, you cannot grow it at home, but you can get it from the pharmacy stores or something. Then moringa, this is the best medicine for females and male. For females, it helps with blood improvement, with better iron content. So people who feel dizziness, people who have scanty blood during the menstruation, they can use the moringa leaf. And for the drumstick, men can improve their fertility with the drumstick. So in both ways, moringa is very easy to keep in your diet. You can make good khichdi out of it. You can use it for cooking and have it with as your lunch. The moringa leaf, drumstick also you can have. You can find a lot of recipes to how to take it. Okay. Then the shadavari. Shadavari is asparagus racemosus, the different variety of the normal asparagus. It is very good for females who are having menstrual issues and female who are going through the menopausal problem. So it will help to ease out the menopause itself. We use the tuber of shadavari. It's called asparagus racemosus. Okay. You can also get it from the store. You cannot grow it at home. Then the gooseberry. This is the best thing to take for this time. Gooseberry is to improve your immunity. You can get it from Lulu store or Carrefour. Gooseberry is basically one of the main medicine in Ayurveda, the Chyawanprasham. Chyawanprasham is made from gooseberry. It helps with immunity, even for the kids, for adult. During this time, everyone should be having the gooseberry. Okay, I'm rushing and completing. So this is about coronavirus. I don't think anybody need any class about coronavirus. You must have heard a lot from Dubai municipality or Dubai Health Authority. Everyone is bombarding with you with information. So what mask you have to wear, what glove you have to wear, I'm not going to say anything about it. What I have to say is keep your medium clean. Okay. For example, the fish need water as its medium to survive. Okay. The birds need the sky as a medium to survive. The cockroaches you can't find in good places. You can find them in the garbage. That's their medium. The same way, coronavirus need the medium to survive. And the coronavirus cannot survive in a good quality medium, like the cockroaches cannot. Okay? So keep your medium clean, keep your body detoxed, keep your body healthy, so that the virus cannot get in. It's not the mask, it's not the glove that can help you. It's the medium. So if your body is clean, it is very easy for you to handle the coronavirus. Even I don't know for me if the coronavirus has caught me or it has left. So if you have immunity, it just comes and goes. Like a good population has the coronavirus without any symptom. Even you see that 20 lakh people had coronavirus. So this 20 lakh people, it doesn't mean that they are with symptom. Even half of them doesn't have any symptom. So if you keep yourself healthy, if you keep your medium, your body healthy, you will be absolutely fine during this time. So just keep your body healthy. Just find out which dosha you are higher. Just try to balance them, work out on them, change your food and diet according to that. If there is more of acidity in you, remove the acidic food. If you have a lot of heaviness in you, you try to avoid all kind of sweet junk food. If you feel that the digestion is low, try to use different method to improve the digestion. So that's how you should be helping your body. And this is one thing you can use for improving the immunity during this time. You can take turmeric, ginger, coriander seed, cumin seeds. You can powder them, the tulasi. You can get the first 4 from the Lulu store. Rest of them is a little difficult to find. Whatever you have, you powder them or crush them, make into a bowl with the sesame seed and keep it in your kitchen just to improve the immunity in case. Okay, so just you can have these guruchi and the last 2 from the Himalaya store, the tulasi from tulasi also you can find from any life pharmacy maybe, but the first 4 should be got from the supermarket, the Lulu or the Carrefour. The rest 3 you may find from the life pharmacy. So just take them, have them in proper proportion, and stay healthy. Okay. So yeah, this is about the insurance. Like, does the insurance cover Ayurvedic therapies and Ayurvedic consultation? Most of the insurance they do cover. Just ask with your insurance partners; they will help you with it. And finally, be healthy, be happy. Okay, this is my Instagram, my Telegram, my WhatsApp number. If you have any doubt, any confusion, if you want any help during this time, just contact me, WhatsApp me. And this is the website that I have, ayurveda.com. You can go through that also. If you have any health issues, before you go to the doctor, before you approach any hospital, just contact me, so that if there is any necessity to go to hospital or not, I can help you. Don't go to hospital unless it is necessary at this time. So stay healthy, stay happy, stay home, and if you have any questions, just ask me, please. I can give you like
Can I ask
10
you
minutes.
a question?
Yeah, please.
Is it always the case that the dominant dosha is the one that that is like your genetic one?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the dosha, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, they are in equal proportion. They should be in equal proportion. They will be in different proportion for different people. So for me, I am a kind of person who have more Kapha in my body, excess of Kapha. So what diet I should be going in, I should be trying to keep my Kapha lower, and I should instead increase the other 2 dosha, so that I am in balance. Throughout my life, my Kapha will be high. Okay, but with my food and lifestyle, I should keep the Kapha in a medium level or in the balanced state. Any disease can happen to me. I can also get a fever with lot of Vata. So it doesn't mean that I can get only Kapha kind of disease. So your genetics will not change, your Prakriti will not change. It will be always more of Vata or more of Pitta or more of Kapha. When you are in balance, everything will be fine. And any disease can come up with respect to what you are accumulating. I am a Kapha kind of person. If I eat more sweet, I can accumulate Kapha. The same thing, if I am going to excess of having excessive alcohol, if I am going for excessive lemon or sour kind of food, my Pitta will aggravate. So once my Pitta will aggravate, things will be different. I will start to have Pitta kind of issue. Okay?
Okay. And I'm guessing like spicy food and stuff is also accumulates pitta.
Yes, good. So spicy kind of stuffs are mostly like heat producing. Okay. There are cinnamon is a different one. Cinnamon is not like uh, heat producing. It's more like a cold potency. But most of the other one, peppermint, the turmeric, most of them, 90% of the spices, they are heat accumulating or the pitta accumulating ones. Only the cinnamon and the cardamom, you can say, is more like cold potency. Rest of them, you should be pitta kind of people should be avoiding. So no spicy food for pitta kind of people during lunchtime. Zero spice. Okay.
But that's so weird. Like if you have an imbalance of pitta and it's very high, which like I think it is for me, for example. But like all I want is like spicy food.
Okay.
Like,
okay, that's like a tendency. Like generally when we are saying the body has its own intuition. If you have excessive pitta, the body should itself avoid the pitta dosha. But there are states like if you have any imbalance in behind, or you have lost your intuition, or your body has started to work over it, then you feel this kind of craving. So that's something like you have something behind which is causing you this pitta craving or the excessive sour craving. So you have to find an assistance in that case. So you have to balance, first try to balance the pitta, then you have to find assistance if it doesn't happen. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have to see that thing? For example, if let's say you give an example that you are kapha person, and so if you try to bring it down, then what if your pitta gets really high? Like how do you keep rebalancing it? Like how do you know that you're constantly imbalanced?
Okay, so for generally if you are accumulating pitta, the first thing that you will start to feel is acidity, heat in the body, reddish coloration on the skin. So whatever things symptoms are related to pitta will start to show up if it is going out of balance. Okay, so until that you can start to increase your pitta. If you are starting to accumulate and you are causing a problem, you are seeing a symptom, or like we say even premonitory symptoms, like if you are like sometimes you feel that tomorrow I think I will be having fever, you will feel like feverish, which means it's not fever, but still you feel inside, your intuition is giving you a signal that you might get fever. So those kind of feeling will start to come when you start to realize, understand your body more. So even this pitta accumulation, you will start to understand a little by little by little when you start to know about your body. I was a person who had inhalers every day for my asthma. I was having excess kapha in the body. It was causing me excess mucus in the body, and this excessive mucus was giving me asthma. I still have the inhaler just as a memory. I have kept it with me. Until last 10 years, last 1 decade, I haven't used the inhaler. Before starting into Ayurveda, I was using it always. So that's the difference you can make. I understood what is happening. Before I was having late night food, I was having all junk food, everything, and heavy food. I didn't consider the time of food. So now I finish my food maximum by 9, which is absolutely fine, or 8. And I'm balancing my dosha. My kapha is very low now. So once in a day, if I go and have heavy food, it doesn't cause any problem. But I should be keeping my kapha low. I don't eat late night. I don't eat junk. I don't eat more sweet. I don't eat cold food. So that's keeping my kapha low. So you can balance it by knowing your body. And even me, I can go for like 3 to 4 days with heavy food, late night food, which will accumulate my kapha little by little by little. So when my kapha is increasing, I can understand it's going to give me a disease, so I should stop accumulating. Then I go for a proper balancing. So that's how it works.
Thank you.
Okay.
And is there a way for us to find out what our kapha pitta is, like online on a quiz, or are you able to do it over Zoom? Like, what's the process?
I have a quiz. Yeah. I have a quiz, but usually I don't depend on the quiz because quiz is something for some people it doesn't work. It comes absolutely different. Like 50% of the people it is fine. You go for the quiz online, you can get the result, it's fine. But 50% of the people it doesn't work because in the quiz they give equal importance to everything. But when I see a person directly, I give importance to different aspect, and that bring out their total dosha. And if you go for this quiz, you will find out what your prakriti is or what your genetic is. It doesn't show you what kind of disease accumulation you have. Even your disease can be vata, pitta and kapha. Your body genetics can be vata, pitta and kapha. Only this body genetics can be understood with the questionnaire. So it's important that you find it yourself. Either read any book related to Ayurveda, better than going for quiz. That can give you a better approach. Or if you want to find it for somebody else also, ask them question, bombard them with question until you reach a conclusion.
Like, do you have someone in person, or do you see someone over the like this, for example? Like, can you get a feel for all of our statuses, or is it you actually have the person in front of you?
Can you repeat, please?
So, for example, can you sort of assess on Zoom? For example, like with all of us here in this class, like, can you get an idea of our doshas, or do you have to see someone physically in front of you?
No need. It is like, as I said, even the questions are enough. I ask different questions with respect to dosha. I can find it directly from here. If I cannot find it directly, if you are not at the place, I have to ask you questions. If this is there, if this is there, if this is there. So easy saying, for Vada kind of person, there will be a lot of dryness in the body. That's one of the lakshanas or the gunas of Vada, excessive Vada. So there will be a lot of dryness. If there is Pitta, there will be reddish coloration. So I have to ask them different questions with respect to the disease. Then I can come to a conclusion that your Vada, Pitta or Kapha is high. Okay.
I have a question, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Would you mind going back to the slide regarding the food timing, the skillful action? Yes, this one. Thank you. If you don't mind, just to touch base on a few things regarding the chart.
Okay. Regarding the chart, the main idea is to let you know which time the Vada, Pitta and Kapha is high. Okay. So memorizing the chart for you will be a little different. You can take a picture and keep it with you. So this is like each time, like see the breakfast time, the stomach is active from 7 to 9. So at this time you must have breakfast. If you don't have breakfast, the whole day is gone. Okay. Some people feel that they feel more energetic when they don't have breakfast, which means they have an imbalance. Their body is not able to digest the food. When they take the food, they feel heaviness. So that's a problem with them. Everyone should have food or breakfast from 7 to 9. In case if they doesn't have that time, it will cause an imbalance for the stomach. The stomach will start to get more acidic and it will cause different problem. The same way, during 1 to 3, your small intestine will be working fine. The body will absorb better. So from 1 to 3, your food should be there in your stomach. Before 1 or within 1 o'clock, the food should be there in your stomach. So that before 3 o'clock, your small intestine start to absorb. Okay. So people who don't have proper nutrients from their food, for example, people who are depending on supplements, it means their absorption is not well. So what they have to do is eat proper time so that from 2 to 3, your small intestine will absorb the food. Okay. So the same thing you have to consider during dinner also. So when you make things late night, the main thing to suffer is the liver. You can see the time from 1 to 3 a.m. It is the time of liver. So the system should be clean so that the liver can detox and rejuvenate properly and prepare you for the next day. If you give a liver burden in that time,
Wow.
the liver will suffer,
So
your body
good.
will suffer. Okay? Anything more?
I have a request, please.
Yeah, please.
No, this is amazing. Amazing.
Would you mind going to the slide at the end for the products from the pharmacy and the supermarket?
Okay. This one?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
You can store it for like 3 to 4 days maximum, and try to avoid cold food as much as possible. Whatever you take it a little warm or normal temperature, nothing cold at all. Even if pitta kind of person, vata kind of person, doesn't matter. No one should be taking any cold food, especially during this time. Any more questions? I think I will have to leave now. If you have any more questions, don't forget to ask me, or do ask me on my WhatsApp number or Telegram, whatever it is, because I have a lot of free time now. Whatever it is there, you can ask me properly. Nothing to worry. Okay, even if it's any health issues or if you want to know Ayurveda more, anything will come. Okay. So thanking you. We'll meet you after everything is over, and hope everyone stays healthy. You spread it to all of your colleagues or whoever around you so that they stay healthy. Keep them medium healthy. Don't put anything rubbish in their mouth during this time. When you put accumulate, you will start to suffer again. So take this time for creative purpose. Rejuvenate yourself, detox yourself, so that next 1 year will be productive for you. Okay, thank you. Be healthy, be happy. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye bye.
you.